Alright guys, we've had some questions on how to do multiple programs at the same time with multiple setups on the 2100 control. So, first thing you need to do is when you're in your list of programs, it has this ID number. If you're running them one at a time, the ID number doesn't matter. But if you're running multiple programs in a palette type setup, they have to have a number. So you hit modify directory, and you can just go in here and you can give it a number, you know, whatever it is that you want to put in there, 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. So just for an example here, we'll give this one 12 and this one 13, and close that out. So if you go to setup, this basically gives you a graphical interpretation of where everything is on the machine or in the machine's work coordinate systems. This control is a little slow, so bear with us as it goes around. So basically I'm going to go, we have no, let's see, those are our templates that we have in there right now. So we're not going to need one right now. We're going to start fresh. So if we go, right now we only have one setup, right? So we have this one setup, and it doesn't show on this control for whatever reason. The machine home is set to a weird location. But if we go add one setup, it will give you this little indicator here at 0, 0, and 0. So this one will basically tell you, oh, because it's a negative in Y. So we'll go 10 in Y, and then we're going to go back to setup number 2, and we're going to go, let's just give it arbitrary numbers. And these would be numbers of your origin of your program or of your part. So if I wanted to do setup number 1, and you would have to use a Heimer or an edge finder or a probing cycle to figure out where this is. So we're going to go 10 and 10 and 0. And then for setup number 2, we're going to go 20 in X, 10 in Y, 0. And same thing, so you can do add another setup. And you'll have setup number 3, and they're all numbered. So we'll go 30, 10, 0. So if you have 3 different vices that are equally spaced, or however you want to set it up, you can basically tell it where your origins are. Now, to tell it which programs to use, you would go define operations. So we want to go to make order list, and then you'll click on one. Oops. Hold on. I need to. Oh, there we go. Define setups. That's the one we want. So I'm going to click on setup number 1, and then hit get program, and it's going to ask you which program. And if you try to say use this program, it's going to tell invalid program ID. So you get program, we're going to use, oops, number 12, okay, and then get program, and then use this program. There is one option on here for when you make a new program or a new setup, if you want to use all the same or all different programs in the setup. So it looks like this one has all the same, so we might have to clear this one off, but we'll go to define operations. We'll go number 3, make setup active. Oops. Make order list. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So now it's saying setup 1 goes first, setup 2 goes second, setup 3 goes third. You can change it however you want. If I go display full information, it'll tell us the order, the index of which one it is, and then which program ID is going to run. So if I was running the same program on all 3, you basically just say activate setups, and they all, oops, mark setup active, sorry, mark setup active, turns them all blue, and then when you hit activate setups, now you can hit cycle start, and they will just run as they're all in ready. And as they're completed, they'll turn green. Once they're done, you reload new parts. You just hit activate setups again. This guy, it will reset it back to this and run again. So if we want to do a new setup, there we go. So I want to run, we'll just leave it as 1 right now for our deal, but we're going to go select program per setup. So this is in new setup. So if you go new setup, select program per setup, okay, and now we have 1 setup at XYZ0. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go X10, Y10, leave Z at 0. We're going to add 1 setup. Same thing, we're going to go X20, Y10, Z0. So now we've got 2 setups. So we're going to click on number 1, get program. You can give it program number 12. Click on 2, get program, and we're going to go program 13. So if we go define operations, display full information, it's showing us that now setup 1 is going to run ID 12 program, and setup 2 is going to do ID 13. And you can do that for up to 64 different setups or different offsets in this. So just keep adding them if you want. So you can do add 1 setup, we can do X30, Y10, Z0, define oops, we gotta go get program, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna give us a program error. So we'll go back to program 12, and then we can go define operations. We can make our order list, so we can do 1, 2, 3, and that tells us which order it does. Activate setups. Oops, sorry. Mark setup active. So you can deactivate certain ones, right? If you don't have a part in this one, you can deselect it and it won't run it. So we have all 3 as ready. Activate setups, and now we can hit cycle start, and it will run 2 different programs across 3 completely different setups. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions or comments, throw it in the comments. I'll try to get back to you guys.